Hey, you know what's better than one screen? Two! Before the youth of today was playing Subway Surfers with Family Guy in the background, they were epically gaming on the Nintendo DS.
Dude, I could beat gaming.
On the top screen, you got wonderful visual displays demonstrating the power of the hardware, while on the bottom screen, you could directly influence the in-game world with the touch of your fingertips. Contact stood out amongst other DS games of similar style by immersing and actively forcing its player to have a direct hand in the story. Dropping you off on the bottom screen is our main protagonist, while the person playing is meant to directly communicate with the man up top. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This sweet old guy wants to know my name. Am I Bill Nye?
Yeah, death and scary.
Of course I'm not Bill Nye. No. My name is... Where am I from? Well, I was born in the humble town of Waterville, Maine, which ironically is located in the middle of the state. Wait, you don't care. Let's just say you don't want to cross a badass alpha like me.
Carcalicious definition makes Terezi loco. She wants to know...
My hobby? Dude, I could be gaming. Did you know gaming?
Say that again?
Favorite food. What did I put for this again? Oh, god damn it. Call me Contact, the way I want to put your D in my S. What? You like dick that much, do you? I do too. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, least favorite food. If you hand me a cantaloupe, I'm killing you. Wait, is that too much?
Who's the f*** now?
Finally, what's my deepest, darkest secret? Wouldn't you want to know? Oh, great, we gotta name another guy. Renus.
We're gonna be talking about
Renus. Contact, as you'll soon discover, is not a game with much in the way of heavy lore or deep storytelling. For fuck's sake, one of the first locations you unlock is home to a nudist chef who lets you steal his uniform so you can feel more free.
Oh, and by the way, your fucking schlong is right in the open.
I bring this up because there's not much setup for Renus getting knocked the fuck out on this beach. The most we get at this point is the scene of Renus grabbing a crystal, leaving with the gay old man from the intro.
The number you have dialed is currently in space. Please...
Wait, his writing is this fire? We come across a pirate ship, which is our main source of transportation throughout the game. What is this, Phantom Hourglass? Phantom Hourglass, if it was woke! Lineback. Something that immediately bothers me about this game is how our main character looks in the box art versus how he's portrayed in-game. As you can see, on the box art, he has brown hair, but in-game, he's a fucking ginger. Does this detail really matter? No. Anyway, a stylistic choice I admire from this game is its usage of the DS's artistic visual capabilities, specifically how the top and bottom screens are distinctly presented. On top, we have the lab, with a simplified background and highlighted characters. This style is reminiscent of other RPGs such as Earthbound or Suikoden. On the bottom, the graphics are much more reminiscent of RPGs on the Game Boy Advance, such as Golden Sun or any of the Battle Network games. I appreciate this duality of scenery because it captures the player's attention, drawing a clear line between two spaces, which not every DS game could necessarily achieve. Hell, would you rather have this?
what the hell is even that?
Once we actually get to visit a populated area, we're thrust into some place called the Demon Gate, a hostile cave system crawling with roaches and mystery meats. Just like Grinder, Lester Sprawl. Please welcome to the stage, Lester Sprawl. Now is the perfect time to actually dissect Contact's real-time battle system. In its most basic form, Contact's combat is reminiscent of smacking two dolls together until one falls over. Contact's battle system is what I'd call deceptively simple. You start out smushing your character's face against every skeleton and pillbug you come across, letting Renus sort it out himself. But then you learn about the skill system, special attacks that can be activated by interacting with the Y button. It is a game after all. Then you see all your individual stats, such as Karma, which supposedly determines your alignment, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because there's no meter or anything. It's just a number. Does this even matter? Fame? What's he famous for? Being tiny? This very well might be a me problem, but personally, I find Contact to be a very difficult game to understand. A lot of stats and mechanics are straight up not explained to you, and you're left to figure everything out yourself. Normally I don't mind this, but in this case it feels like I'm putting together IKEA furniture blindfolded. It's just hard to grasp.
What is that, a woodpecker?
This was my first boss battle of the game, and let me tell ya, it's about as easy to defeat a tiger with a stick as you'd expect. And what was it all for? A chef uniform? I mean, sure, I look pretty snazzy, but what else can I do? With the introduction of the chef's coat comes two new mechanics, the costume closet and access to the kitchen. As we move along, we are in silly little outfits to play dress up, but their effects aren't just cosmetic. Oh, no. With this dusty old chef's coat, we can enter the kitchen and... I can't make that? Oh, what? I have to be a certain level to make a good old-fashioned plate of chicken parm? God forbid I have hobbies.
Oh, like I know how to cook.
If you thought this game's mechanics couldn't get more complex, you thought wrong. Renus has his very own digestive tract. I mean, we all do, but like his is important. Food is used to replenish health in this game, and if you play all balls to the wall reckless, soon enough you won't be able to remedy your mistakes anymore. He's full of breast, bro. He can't do it. I meant to say bread. I didn't mean to type that. This health mechanic is intentionally restrictive, teaching the player to adapt to their surroundings and to learn the combat system. Oh, wait. I forgot to mention you can just fight anybody. Like, fuck this guy, I guess. Trust me, you'll need all the extra health you can get. Take the next boss fight as an example. This possessed statue. I find his animations kind of... odd. When you take out one of his arms, it smoothly crumbles away, which is satisfying. That is, until he throws his rocks at you and they kind of just disappear. But I don't really take offense to that. Not as much as I take offense to his bullshit hitboxes. What's the point of all this extra space back here if it doesn't do anything to dodge? Once his fist revs up, you need to book it to the other side. Otherwise, your ass is getting clipped by his fucking ring finger or some shit, I don't know. I bash my sword against him a couple times and he eventually goes down, allowing us to capture his cell with our decal. Finally, another thing to learn. Decals are little special stickers you obtain throughout the story. You can just slap them on the bottom screen, painstakingly peel them, and their effect will be applied. For example, these cell decals are required to progress, sending them to our lovely gay old man dad. Rena sure does value his sleep. Hey! Whenever you save after a big battle like this one, you get to interact with the professor and his space dog cat thing, Mochi. Plus, the professor's just hanging out. Let's see what he's reading. Oh, I'm sure. Michelle Obama does too. Mochi isn't just here for moral support. He gets his own decal that, when activated, can jump any enemy you sick him on. You can actually level him up by interacting with him here. I'm on the fence when it comes to contacts decals. On one hand, it's a fun idea. Whether you use them for boosting your stats or fending off enemies, they can be a useful tool. On the other hand, that's all they are. A tool. Okay, I'll stop. Just imagine some guy kicking your ass and whipping out a sticker chart. Then we get ambushed by these real-ass army guys with guns. So that's fun. We learn that the Cosmonauts, an armed forces group with plans of intergalactic terrorism, has element 117, the same component used in the professor's cells. That's tennessine on the periodic table. I had to look that one up. I'm not that much of a nerd. It's also revealed that 117 is being used for cloning, and a girl around Renus' age named Mint plans on using the element for manufacturing evil weapons. Ooh. Snake? Clones? Wait a minute. Say that again? Obviously, we need to stop her, but as you can see here, I got my ass kicked repeatedly. The majority of Contact's battle system relies on the combat AI, and you have no agency on when you'll actually do any damage. But I figured out that if you turn around very quickly, your attack timer, I guess you could say, speeds up and you're more likely to connect a hit. Normally, I wouldn't resort to cheap tactics. Yes, I would. But in this case, soldiers continuously spawn until you defeat them fast enough, and that can get overwhelming when they corner you and you have no other choice but to fuck with them. What do you think, Toucanathan?
I've been laid off. I'm out of a job.
Another positive of this game, its soundtrack. All the songs in this game sound a bit unsettling. It's great at building up atmosphere. Even the battle theme stands out from what you'd hear in most other RPGs. I like the sound design a lot in general. Have you ever heard this little sound effect? That comes from this game. Contact's soundtrack was composed by Masafumi Takada, known for providing music for games such as Killer 7, No More Heroes, and the Danganronpa series. Those first two games were created under the same studio, Grasshopper Manufacture. And you'll never guess who made Contact. Grasshopper's known for making weird, wacky, and unusual titles, and Contact fits right in. You know, it's kind of crazy that every time the professor dials in to send Renus a message, his name is spelt wrong on the monitor twice. But then they spelt it right here! What? It might seem like I hate this game, but really that couldn't be further from the truth. Honestly, I admire how different it is. It's really cool that there are games out there that aren't for everybody. Unfortunately, Contact ultimately suffers from a lack of commitment to any specific idea, wanting to have its cake and eat it too, which leads to it feeling a bit disjointed as a result. I will say, I quite enjoy the art direction of Contact, for the most part. I really like Mint's design. Unfortunately, this game's fandom is dead as hell, and you typically only get 1 or 2 Google results when you search for a character. All Mochi gets are these sprite sheets, same with the Professor. Oh, sorry. Professor. When I rate these reviews, they often fall into 2 categories. The ones that make me happy and fulfilled as I make them, and the ones that feel like work. I really admire Contact as a piece of art, but every time I've played this game, it felt like I was clocking into an underpaying 9 to 5. That's part of the reason this video took so long. I mean, it's not because it's long, let me tell you that. And I hate that. I want to be smart enough to appreciate this game's intricacies. I really do. But sometimes, you gotta understand why certain games remain in a niche market. This game did not sell well in Japan, with a little over 8,000 copies being sold within the first week. Which makes sense considering it released concurrently with Mother 3. At least we got Contact over here.
Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!
How about this instead?
Speaking of Mother, Contact has frequently been referred to as Suda51's Earthbound. Okay, guys. Just because the top screen bears a resemblance, and they get a little silly sometimes, doesn't mean it's the next quirky Earthbound RPG. We've been over this. Wait, hold on. I need to talk about this box art. It's the same in Japanese and NTSC territories, and I like it. It's simple but effective, and that logo's perfect. Minimal but amazing at communicating what the game is. A connection between 2 parallel forces. Meanwhile, the PAL box art... Oh, sorry. Didn't know I was playing Old Man Simulator. The Professor is front and center. You would have no clue he's a glorified reaction cam for most of the game. GamePro magazine didn't know what to say about this game at all. If you have a short temper or enjoy the mundane, it's best you avoid making contact with this one. Whoa! Bars? Wait, I kind of take offense to that. Enjoy the mundane? Now you're just making me sound stupid. I mean...
Just win the race, just win the race, just win the race. I don't care what it takes, just find a way to win the race. Win the race, just win the race, just win the race. I don't care what it takes, just find a way to